So long as there is music, there will be music with a message. Politics and beliefs and music really do go hand in hand, and artists should be able to express themselves, no matter how stupid they are or how badly they fail in the process. So get ready as we take a look at 10 terrible political songs from many different points of view. Can't wait to see how angry the comment section gets this time. This is not a top 10, no ranking, just a list. Also, I'm bending the rules a little bit, going slightly outside rock and metal and alternative, for some of these songs are country rock and indie and are also cover songs, and yeah, it's just laughably bad. You know how these videos work, let's get to it. Am I the only one? Tell me. Starting off with crabby Uncle Aaron crying his eyes out about how terrible America has become. His country-esque ballad that he writes off as country rock, it is not, states the woes of a wealthy man from Massachusetts upset about Black Lives Matter, Confederate statues being taken down, and more. Aaron Lewis plunking along on a guitar saying he's holding back his own tears over the soldiers who sacrificed for the nation, all being wasted because the nation is trying to progress. Crabby Uncle Aaron wants the older, uglier, more racist America to stick around for just a bit longer. The track became a streaming hit mainly for being laughed at. People started hitting the play button and sending it to friends just to show how off the rails the Stain singer has gone promoting the Fox News propaganda when he's not drinking himself stupid at his solo shows.
Which means I might be slightly overserved.
Am I the Only One is a song by a wealthy musician pandering to the South that shot to #1 on the country charts. I'm not a country fan, and even I know country had better than whatever crabby Uncle Aaron is phoning in. This #1 country song had lyrics such as, "Am I the only one who quits singing along every time they play a Springsteen song?" I can confidently say that Aaron Lewis couldn't stand up to the boss if his life or talent depended on it. I'm sure we will hear future old man ballads from crabby racist Uncle Aaron in the future upset about the South not being able to rise again. You know, when he isn't telling people ivermectin cured him. Also, if you have taken ivermectin thinking it would cure you, don't watch my channel. You are an idiot. This has gotta stop. Enough is enough. Also in 2021 came some more old man whining in the form of two men who are fed up with health crisis precautions. Slowhand and Van, or Eric Clapton and Van Morrison, literally saying that mask wearing and restrictions are breaking their soul. This BS just can't be taken any longer. The politicians are behind it all and it's driving them insane. You know what else can drive you insane? Catching the disease that's destroyed lives and families worldwide for 2 years. But besides that, this song is so oddly disjointed in tone. It sounds like a coffee house session with a few musicians, but then it goes on about how two old men are concerned for their kids and their future, but not at all concerned about their kids' health. Odd outlook for the boomers. The animated video is also quite laughable, with the people as puppets and a politician talking directly to the singers as if they are the most important people in the situation and cannot believe it's all happening. This song isn't so much of a statement as it is Statler and Waldorf doing a bit on not being able to have things the way they used to be, minus the jokes and comedy. Good musicians, weak song, terrible message.
When the president talks to God or the conversation.
Going back several years to the W era, there were quite a few bands protesting George W. Bush, his administration, and the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Peaceful acoustic ballads with biting commentary were not uncommon. Bright Eyes went a little out of left field though with their direction of when the president talks to God and how they insinuate W talked to the man upstairs. According to Bright Eyes, President Bush talked to God about voter fraud being concealed, which laws should be repealed, sending farm kids all to die, sending liquor stores to inner cities, and a bunch of attempted edgy shots at Bush. And God. Both, really. The song legit made me confused after a while. Was Bush great? No. Was he directly responsible for every problem accused of in the song? Also no. This is such a weird take on President Bush kneeling down next to the presidential bed at night, praying with his speech impediment about how to deal with American issues at the time. According to Bright Eyes, both Bush and God are evil dictators, and scheming together. It's like Conor Oberst was really angry at Bush at the time, but also angry at God, and figured that since he's angry at both, they must be working together. Yeah, this song is awful. Coming off Theory's 2020 album was Strangers, one of many mature, politically based songs. Yep, the bad girlfriend bros try to grow up and make political stances. Strangers isn't so much a direct stance, however, as it is just more complaining about current problems to try and sound like you are contributing. Theory should not be involved in societal improvements. And after complaining about how awful people are to each other and all the fighting amongst the ones we love like strangers, the end result of the song, according to Theory, is to just give up. That's really it. Not worth trying. The song ends pointing out how terrible things are, and we should be coming together, but we're all angry strangers, so what's the point? Neo-Nazis, school shootings, war. Everyone's just mad at each other, and it's bad. That's The Strong Strangers, with a terrible track and lazy singing, or bars, or whatever you call that. Whoever got into Theory's collective ears and said, you know what your next evolution is as a group? Adult contemporary activism. That person owes anyone who listened to this music an apology. Tigre are not the only group to put out a big political track weeks before a major presidential election, and they also are not the only band to give a musical omen for what's to come. I'm With Her, yes, they named it after Senator Clinton's slogan in 2016, was a strong-hearted attempt to support a woman in office and that Hillary was the one to lead us into the future. The future was not kind to Senator Clinton or this song, as Tigre's terribly performed and hilariously written tribute track was off-putting to say the least. The song truly sounds like children wrote it with just a bunch of random empowerment shouts. The message is well received, but the execution is, not the best. Seriously, the song lyrics sound like they were made in 3 minutes. I want a problem solver, a true rock climber, pantsuit wearing, her historical first timer. We would fortunately get a woman in the White House years later, and it did not include an electronic rock alternative song reminding you of Disney Channel themes. I'm being polite to Tigre and mean to Disney Channel with that sentence. Her historical, come on now. Speaking of groups supporting the left and attacking the right with the best of intentions and worst of execution, Al, what happened here? I'm a Ministry fan and defend so much of the 90s output, but wow, songs like Twilight Zone are hard to get through. What is one of the things number 45 was not known for? Being a part of music, especially industrial. Well, Ministry's album in 2018, Americant, was a direct shot at 45 and everything he represented, and Al Jorgensen decided to play clips of the Red Hat leader on loop to make a heavy industrial beat out of it. It's as bad as I'm describing. Jorgensen, for all his creativity and unbridled chaos in music, didn't so much inspire people against a controversial leader, but rather just made us question why this was on a Ministry album. It feels like you enter the Twilight Zone when you understand that this is on a Ministry album too. If Ministry made politically charged music from most of their career in another dimension, it'd sound like this, and be awful. As someone who enjoys Ministry's back catalog and agrees with the intention of the song, yeah, this is really, really a weak effort. Now going in a weird direction of an angry political song targeting people angry about politics and social issues. Yes, I described that correctly. Backwordz is a band I think they're trying to bring awareness, but instead just makes complaints about other people trying to do something. That's the Backwordz stance. It also doesn't help that it has trashcore hero Franz of Attila screaming all over it, and most of his screaming being unintelligible. The 2017 track Self-Ownership attacks everything from Senator Bernie Sanders to people being mad at cops when they shoot black people. This song is somehow a lot to take in, but once it's over, you are just facepalming going, "This sucks!" really loudly. It's all about being mad at the underlying system and structure and not just protesting, because protesting does nothing and most people are hypocrites. Not a ton of solutions in this song, just a band trying to sound smart, but only describing who they don't like. Way to go, that accomplishes a lot. Backwordz the band with backwards logic, if you can call it logic. I'm not sure myself. Jumping to 2021, where we got way too many trash political songs, comes everyone's least favorite has-been guitarist who is also a racist and a liar. Ted Nugent released a gun-loving Second Amendment-defending butt rock anthem. No joke, Ted Nugent totally released a butt rock song about how he's daring people to take away his guns. No matter how dumb you think this song is, I assure you it's worse. The "come and take it" chant keeps going with some terrible lines such as, "Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die." And the verbose, This song is the equivalent of the angriest redneck in the world on a porch holding his shotgun like the actual child he always wanted, shouting about how he hates equality and working together. While not even 3 minutes long and using some recycled guitar riffs, Come and Take It is the new anthem for overcompensation. I don't know how anyone can take this drunk racist grandpa seriously. Ted Nugent does not love America, he loves being able to do whatever he wants. From pretending to shoot President Obama on stage, all the way to denying the pandemic exists, then saying he was cured from said illness he received due to previously mentioned ivermectin. Again, if you take ivermectin and expect it to work on you, curing you of your respiratory disease, you are an idiot. Also, if you think Ted Nugent is a credible source and stand-up person, you are an idiot. Even the extreme right-wingers know that at this point.
Imagine there's no heaven.
I understand this is a stretch, as John Lennon probably would not have wanted his song turned into this, and it's not done by musicians, but how in the world could I not include this peaceful message of Imagine in spring of 2020? Many actors and celebrities all sent in themselves singing the lyrics to Imagine over their phone, and it was spliced together as a message of hope to everyone. While families were crammed into close quarters, losing jobs, getting sick, and dying, millionaires all got together from their respective mansions and sang a horribly performed sing-along. Again, I'm pretty sure John Lennon would have lost his mind if he knew his music and song was used for this. It was a terribly tone-deaf message, and over a year and a half later after airing, Gal Gadot admitted in an interview that it was terribly insensitive. Yeah, too bad you didn't realize that at any point when people were sending in footage while the world was getting sick. And I have to give credit to this comment on the Imagine cover comment section. Did you bring us food or medicine? No. We brought you something even better. The gift of song. Oh. We have to end with the refuse of the late 90s who refuses to fade away in our current time. Kid Rock, never one to keep his uninformed mouth shut, decided to rage with the machine and complain about everyone on the left and those who expect him to do anything but have Pabst Blue Ribbon for breakfast while shouting homophobic slurs as a form of expression. Don't Tell Me How to Live has Monster Truck handing their own song over to Kid Rock. Sweet mercy, Monster Truck, you actually had talent. Why did you sell out and give your own song to this hack fraud who's complaining about young people and snowflakes? He's the snowflake. He's the one complaining nonstop about everyone around him. Kid Rock is not about a movement here. He's selfish. He's addressing how upset he is and the things can't be done how he likes and how he isn't accepted and cool anymore. Wealthy born Richie, who panders to the trailer parks as a scam, complains about the following in Don't Tell Me How to Live: participation trophies, offended millennials, the Second Amendment, how he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. The last one was in Kid Rock's own words, not mine. This is just another self-promotion song about how cool Kid Rock thinks he is, comparing himself to Brad Pitt, but getting more ladies, and how he's just like Bruce Springsteen, being the boss. So I'll say it this way, Kid Rock and Aaron Lewis combined couldn't match up to Bruce Springsteen on his worst day. Monster Truck sold their song to a hack fraud who can't write his own music, and as a result, 50-year-old Kid Rock made his boomer complaints about America today. Kid Rock is the king of cringe, especially political cringe in the music world. Also, he's an artist that serves to the lowest common denominator, who had to borrow someone else's music again and then try his best to sound cool and tough over it. He is neither. So, how do I end a video on cringe political music and match that level of cringe? There's only one way. It's time to hit the cringe button.
Cringe!
Cringe.
Cringe!
Cringe.
Cringe!
Cringe.
Cringe!
And that was a look at 10 terrible political songs. Know of another cringe political track? Leave a comment and let everyone know. I'm positive there are more out there. Big thanks to my patrons and a special thanks to Chris Noman and Zola DeLacy. You can have a say in upcoming videos, get weekly new music playlists, and see videos early by supporting Rocked on Patreon. Click the link in the video description for more info. Please subscribe and ring the bell to get notified on upcoming videos, and you can keep up to date with Rocked on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Finally, because I will always say it whenever Kid Rock is brought up, don't listen to Kid Rock.